So hello, everybody. Thank you for taking the time to attend our presentation. Today's topic is 4 ways to accelerate your teams with smartQED and Jira. So the goal is to learn how to lower the MTTR for problems and incidents. Since most of our attendees are incident managers and problem managers themselves, I think the term MTTR should be familiar. If not, it means mean time to resolution or repair. And it stands for basically the downtime when you are working on a problem, and the time to get it back, the faster it is, the better for everybody. So I'm just going to introduce the speakers quickly. I'm Julie Basu. I'm the lead for R&D at smartQED. And joining me today is Terry Gallagher. He's a co-founder and head of our customer solutions. Also, Ron Spencer, he's the head of customer outreach and success at smartQED. And our motto, as I mentioned, is to do it faster, easier, and smarter in whichever way we can. So the agenda for today is what is smartQED. I'm kind of assuming the attendees on this call already know what is smartQED. They are familiar with our capabilities. So the focus will not be today on the, capabilities of what smartQED can do for you, but of course I'll give a quick overview. What is the smartQED for Jira app, and how can we accelerate resolution with the combined power of these two tools? So I will discuss 4 specific ways: visual collaboration, using templates, automated reporting, and check the insights with the recommendations from your prior data. And then we open it up to Q&A. With that, I move on. So what is smartQED? It's an intelligent visual workspace for faster incidents and problem analysis. Our biggest differentiator is that we are visual. And for the visualization, we have chosen the beautiful and structured Ishikawa or fishbone diagram. It was designed a long time ago by Professor Ishikawa in Japan. And since then, it has been one of the most popular methods of root cause analysis and cause analysis in general, problem analysis. And actually is recommended by Six Sigma for quality. It's one of the quality tools recommended by Six Sigma. So what does it let you do? We have excuse me, I have a little cough. So we have actually taken the traditional fishbone diagram, made it interactive, layered, and allowed you to add various pieces of information on each of the causes. So for example, here we see that this cause is green, which means the fault status was cleared. Yeah, obvious interpretation here, but I can mark it red. And here you see these little icons. Each of these means something. Somebody was assigned, that's the head. What did you see? That's the symptoms you saw, notes, and the hand indicates actions that you took for that cause. So it essentially supports collaborative investigations, clear status, and strategy tracking, so you can see what exactly got investigated, what did not get investigated. Is also not everything has to be checked. And then once you're done, you mark it QED, which is where we get our name, which means that I have finished up with this. Now, QED actually also pushes it to our knowledge vault, from which our recommendations are going to be generated. So we will look at that a little bit later in the demo. smartQED for Jira App is our focus today, and it seamlessly connects smartQED's visual workspace to the issues in Jira software and Jira Service Desk. So we support both of these products, and I'll shortly show you a demo. So I just want to mention here that this integration is actually both ways. So let's say I open an issue in one of these Jira product, then it can auto create a problem for me in smartQED. And now I'll be in the visual workspace for smartQED, because Jira is not really a visual tool. It's a linear incident logging, incident tracking. So the updates are can be made in the visual workspace much more easily, because it models, the parallel investigation of the problem much better than a linear tool. So once you do that update in smartQED, we can push it back into the Jira ticket as comments in the ticket that get automatically pushed through this backdoor magic, which is the smartQED Jira app. So your Jira issue remains the single source of information, which is what you want. You don't want to go to multiple apps to see the different pieces, right? So here's the first thing, go visual. So to accelerate your problem analysis, we talked about the smartQED capabilities. The primary capability is the visualization. And it has been proven in multiple studies that our human brain interprets pictures thousands of times faster than reading text. This is literally, the numbers vary. You can go from, 10,000 to 60,000 or more. But if I write the word tree and show it to you versus I show you a picture of a tree, our brain really responds much quicker when you look at the picture. And that is our basis for the smartQED product. It also brings structure. The Ishikawa diagram is a beautiful visualization. It's very compact, very clear. And the structure and the clarity is what gives you control over the incident management process. Yes, or the incident resolution process, which can actually, in the absence of any kind of structure, can get quite chaotic and confusing. I think Terry can attest to that, and other people on this call as well. So what smartQED lets you do is to put everyone, on the same page, and this saves you time and effort so that there is no disconnect between the people investigating the problem. So let me show you a quick demo. Again, the focus today is on the Jira app. So where do you get the Jira app? You can go into the Atlassian marketplace, and Ron is going to be posting all these links on chat. So you can save those links, and I will also put them on the event, so you can go there for follow-up. So smartQED for Jira, we just launched it. So here is here is my Jira service management. It's a service project, and I can actually configure it. In this case, I have already configured it. You can choose your app and connect it to a smartQED application. Now, I'm not going to go into the details of how to exactly configure it, but I will show you the link for where we have all these resources. You can go to our community site. There is a knowledge base for our Jira app, and Ron is again going to post the link on chat for that. So here, let me give a quick live demo. So bear with me if things are a little slow. This is live. So let me create a new issue here. And this is Jira, and I'm saying that summarize the problem, users mad cannot log in. Okay, so how urgently does this need to be fixed? It's obviously a highly urgent problem, at least for the user, and I'm creating this issue inside of the Jira Service Management. So it was created. So this is the issue, users mad cannot log in, and as you will see here, this has automatically created a smartQED problem, and here is the link for the fishbone. So this is because I've linked this Jira account or the project to the smartQED main account and to the application demo app. Here's the problem link. If I click on it, then I will go straight into the fishbone for problem analysis. Now, while this workspace gets created, a couple of things here. I can look at all the details. So what gets copied over into smartQED? You can look at it through the eye. You see the problem number. Here was the problem time. External ID is SJD10, and this is the URL that it came from, right? And the priorities is shown here as P3, but you can always change it. So now when we go into the analysis, the thing what I can do here is you can actually, let me show you. I kind of got out of the Jira thing, but you can actually make updates. For example, in Jira, we can make updates and we can see that reflected in the smartQED tickets. I'm sorry, I think I accidentally closed the Jira window. So I'll come back to that. Let's see. So here I can see this new problem, SJD10, and I can actually make updates to this to this fishbone. Let's see, I'm going to add a new subcause, and here you can configure it for ease of use. Let's say it's an upgrade issue, right, or a config issue, and I save it. So this is within the smartQED app. The app is a collaborative whiteboard. It's an incident board, and then you can, of course, go back to your Jira ticket, which unfortunately I have lost, but you will be able to see all the updates in there. So let me go back. So this is the ticket. Users mad cannot log in, and now I have added a cause in smartQED application, and here you see this has gone in. New cause upgrade issue added as a child to users mad cannot log in, and we also take a picture of the a snapshot of the fishbone anytime it changes its structure, so we can push it back into the Jira ticket, and you can look at it from your Jira issue. Yeah. So for example, just a quick demo here. If I, let's say, yeah, I think it was an upgrade issue, it's a new browser or whatever, and it's not working, I can change the status to, let's say, add false, and I say, do you want to add a clue as evidence? So smartQED is symptom driven, and you can associate clues here. Those are again capabilities of smartQED, not the focus today, but you can definitely do that. You can add various actions, notes, etc. So for example, let me add a quick note saying that confirmed this was save the note. Right, so these are all updates that are happening to smartQED. Now, if I go back into the ticket, and I will be able to see the changes propagate. It does take a little time in Jira to get the to get all the information in, but you will be able to see it. 2 attachments have come in. It was earlier 1, but I changed the status. So here is the smartQED fishbone pushed into the Jira ticket, and you will get the things. I confirmed. I added this note for this cause, and I changed the status as well. So as you see, your Jira ticket remains your source of truth, and that's a very big convenience. So with that, let me move on to the next section with the acceleration. How do you accelerate your problem analysis? Again, this brings in a capability of smartQED, which is our powerful templates, right? We call them QED templates. You can predefine them, and you can even generate them from a problem. So let's say I solved this problem, is JD 10, and I solved it very nicely. I'm happy with the actions. I'm happy with the cause analysis. Then I can just say save as template, and it will create a template for you, which doesn't have the status and everything else. But you can choose whether you want to export, save the notes, or the assignments, etc. And this gets saved to your smartQED template repository. So what that lets us do is to simplify the capture and enables easy reuse of troubleshooting knowledge. So here, there is an interesting point. Today, people share troubleshooting knowledge. Of course, they do, because you are solving your problems. But the way to do that is through troubleshooting guides, yes, which can be both complicated to read as well as write. So for me, if I have to create a troubleshooting guide, I need to follow a certain template, and I need to say, here's the problem, and this is what I did, and don't do this, but do that. So all that knowledge gets captured in text, and maybe I include some snapshots, and then I upload it to my knowledge repository where somebody has to search and find it. Right. So this is the biggest hurdle that people face today. Let's say I search by database login failed, right? And I have an incident that had that error. So I'm searching, and now I get 10 articles, or even like 3 articles. So at the time of the incident, I'm trying to figure out which one to apply, which knowledge is the most current, what's my thing, right? So rather than doing this by reading text, we let you actually create templates where you can get this information in the very structured format that we have introduced in our tool, that we have adopted. I should not say introduced, because Fishbone is a very time-tested, popular framework already, but we have enabled it for collaborative problem analysis, and also templating. The other nice thing about our templates is you can use them anywhere, mix and match. Yeah. So if I have an in-depth cause analysis where I'm going further down, I can still use a template that I created anywhere in the structure. In the hierarchy, you can pull in any template anywhere, and as well as save from anywhere. So both ways you can create as well as import it. So what the templating lets you do is to jumpstart investigations and bypass a lot of this, the gap where your tool and your knowledge, there is a gap, right? And that gap today we fill by search and read, and the human being has to get involved and actually spend time during the incident, which eats into your the resolution time, right? So this helps you minimize chaos and false starts. And like I mentioned, having a template really jumpstarts investigations. I'm sure Terry would agree with that. Terry, do you have thoughts on how this can help?
Absolutely. So in the more traditional model, especially for highly critical events, it's an all hands on deck situation where everybody's taking a look at their area of responsibility and so forth. With this tool, with just a handful of information and symptoms and so forth, it can narrow down where the likely problems are and be used basically as a plan of attack, and limit the amount of research and investigation you do in areas where it's not likely to be problematic.
Right, right. So the demo, again, we have limited time today, so I've just included a link for the demo. You can find it outside of the webinar at our community site, community.smartQED AI knowledge base, and then smartQED demo video. Ron is going to post the links on chat, and I will show it also on the browser. You can easily access it. No login is required for that. And we've also put a lot of these on our YouTube channel. If you go subscribe, you will get the new demos and tutorials as we upload them. So the third way, actually, this came from our clients. They said that reporting actually takes up a lot of time during incidents, right? Even afterwards. So there are two kinds. One is during the incident, right? You are working on it, but at the same time, your manager is calling you saying, hey, I need an update. What have you done? What have you not done? Which is, of course, harder to handle, harder to answer. But what are you going to do? When are you going to fix it, right? So these updates are requested, and today they are done mostly manually, right? My manager calls me, I have to answer the phone or send him an update by email. So what we have done is address this time sink, I would say. It's very intensive. It can get, especially the post-mortem reporting or post-resolution reporting is a time sink. You have to go back through the entire history and say, well, we tried this, we did that, this didn't work, and here are the actions that people took, etc. So wouldn't it be fun if we could just click a button and generate these reports? And also, if you want to see more details, so you can then have two kinds of granularity of reports. One is summary report that's easy to read, appropriate for execs, stakeholders, customers. You don't want to tell them every little thing, but you can export all these details to Excel sheet at the end of the report, at the end of the analysis, most likely, and then send that out as the final analysis. Now, again, coming back to our Jira app, we are talking about how to upload these reports into Jira. So this is our latest and greatest feature. This is how we went from 3 ways to 4 ways in the title, if you noticed. So locking a QED map, which indicates that I have finished the analysis, will actually upload these reports to Jira for you. And what this does is eliminate the manual toil and the repetitive work that you have to do during and after the incident. So let's see a demo of that. Now we will show how to get smartQED reports into Jira. Are you able to hear the sound? Yes. Smart QED has two kinds of reports: summary reports that are succinct and easy to read, and detailed Excel reports. You can generate these reports at any time during or after an investigation with literally one click. For example, this button here, if you click it, you will generate and download the summary report in PDF. This is what it looks like. It is clearly organized into sections, including the cause analysis and status change history, and a picture of the current fishbone. Likewise, you can generate an Excel report from the menu on the fish icon here, export to Microsoft Excel, and then you can click it to download. So here is what it looks like. It has all the details related to the smartQED problem organized in the different tabs, including the various causes on the map, the actions, notes, etc. Now, using our smartQED Jira app, you can also upload these reports into the associated Jira ticket after you have completed the cause analysis. To indicate that, you can lock the problem using a menu here, log cause analysis. So this will mark it as QED, and it will push both the summary report and the Excel report into the Jira ticket. Now, marking it as QED also has another good effect. It will push this problem information into the QED Knowledge Vault, which is the repository of all your solved problems, to generate the AI recommendations. Now, getting back to Jira, let's see the reports in Jira. So it's coming in through the push into the problem, into the associated Jira issue. So here is the summary report. We can look at it, and this is exactly the report that we saw in smartQED, and likewise for the Excel file. So that is the summary report. I'm sure people have questions, and I'm happy to answer them at the end of the presentation. Let's just finish up the fourth way, and then we will get back to a discussion. I'm really hoping to have a great feedback and get your thoughts, which are always very insightful. So what do you do about the insights, right? So we are smartQED.ai. We want to use the power of AI and ML to help in our problem analysis. How do you do that? So it has actually a loose connection with Jira. In Jira, you can search your prior incidents. And again, the method is to read and understand all those prior incidents to figure out, what did you see before? Did you see a headache and take Tylenol, right? So what did you see? What did you do? All this information is there in your prior tickets, right? But the method to apply them actually is very manual. It involves keyword searching. I type in database login failed, and I get, say, 10 matching problems, and then I start reading them. What did they do for problem 1? What did they do for problem 2? Or maybe they did the same thing. Well, problem number 3, they did something else. So I'm assimilating all that information in my head, and oftentimes multiple people are doing this. Yeah. So this entire manual search and read, we would love to eliminate, and that's why we bring in the power of AI. So what smartQED does is mines and aggregates data from prior solved issues, right? So you already have solved 10 issues with the database login failed. Can the machine help me with that analysis? I don't want to sit and mine and search and aggregate that data in my head. So turns out the smartQED recommendation engine can do it very easily for us, and lets you augment your team's intelligence. It reduces manual searching and duplicate efforts, because oftentimes you don't have patience to read all the 10 incidents that look similar, right? But you have to do that because that's what the keyword searches will return. They'll return a bunch of matching problems, and then you click on it and you decide, which one is your current problem, right? So here's a demo. Again, this is a core capability of smartQED. It comes built into the product, and you can, as soon as you launch from Jira into the smartQED visual workspace, you'll have access to the
Right.
insights.
So we just saw how to use the investigation maps to solve a problem. Now, turns out, do we have to go through that whole process every time we come across a problem, especially if it's a problem that has happened earlier, so-called a repeating problem? Turns out no. And that's where QED Insights comes in. All that we really have to do is to enter the clue or the symptom of the problem at hand, something like unable to enter purchase order. And thereafter, all we need to do is click this button here. And at this click of this button, QED Insights, which is our ML powered algorithm, is going to sift through our database, fish out all the problems of a similar nature that have been solved in the past, and it shows that list out here, and we can compare and we can check out what was similar, what the matching clues or symptoms. Even the unmatched symptoms are here if you wish, and take a look. If in this case, of course, there was no unmatched symptoms, so that's that. But and if you like, and if you think that a particular problem is useful, you can use this flag to accept it, or you could reject it, or you could check further, whatever you wish to do. But that still leaves us the task of going through all of these problems and figuring out what caused the problem and how it got solved, etc. Well, it turns out that the ML powered algorithm has gone a step further, and it has done that for us already. And the results are displayed in summary here, most likely causes and recommended actions. So if you click here, you get to see that there were 7 problems that matched. 4 of them had a problem with the database, 3 of them had the problem with the user. There was an upgrade issue with the database or a permissions issue with the user, etc. If you wish to know details about the individual problems, you can click here and you will get there for further details. Likewise, as to what needs to be done to solve these problems, these are our recommended actions. Once again, you could take a look at the details. So if it was a database issue, you need to change the configuration. If it was a user issue, maybe some documentation needs to be updated. Again, if you wish to know the details, you can click here. And finally, another thing that our ML algorithm does for us is that it creates what is called as an aggregated fishbone, which is nothing but, let me enlarge this a bit, which is nothing but a visual summary of the probabilistic distribution of all the underlying causes that have gone to create this problem.
Right. So just to add to that, once you see the aggregated fishbone, this is your what your data is telling you. So out of the the problems that are there in your knowledge vault, you basically have seen similar problems that have been solved in one of these 2 ways. So these are the most probable causes, and these are the frequency counts. So 57.1% or whatever, it was the database issue, rest of it was a user issue, and you can just click accept. It's literally 1 click to get this template into your problem, right? So the insights and the templates are really ways to jumpstart your analysis. The hardest point, is at the beginning of an incident. Many times, it's at the beginning, you really don't know how to proceed, what should we do, who shall we call. So it would really help to have these starting points. So the templates and insights essentially give you starting points to accelerate your analysis. So you can learn more. You can get the smartQED for Jira app from the Atlassian marketplace. You can open a free account, app smartQED AI. We do not ask for your credit cards or personal details. You can follow us on LinkedIn. We have a whole bunch of dedicated followers. So thank you for your interest, and you can of course contact us personally. I'm Julie at smartqed.ai, or if you want to reach out to a generic address, that's info@smartqed.ai. So with that, I kind of finished up my presentation. We are a little bit running a little bit short on time. The last thing I want to show is the knowledge base. So if you go to Community Smart QED AI, you will see the knowledge base tab here. Once you click on it, you will see the various options. Smart QED web application, here are the step-by-step tutorials, and then Jira app. This is the knowledge base for the Jira app. You can get how to get started, how to do causes, actions, etc. And the latest is our reporting. So that will be added in a few days. And can also see text guides, how to get set up your Jira software for talking to Smart QED easily. So with that, I will stop, and I don't know if any participants are still there, but let me stop the recording and we will start the Q&A session. Thank you again for your interest, and we love to hear from our users. Please do get in touch with us, and we can, continue the conversation. So any questions?